Chef Ted Cutting here. Want to talk with you about our newest recipe, which is the prawns in a lemon butter sauce. So before I get started, just want to talk a little bit about prawns. Prawns are a wonderful shrimp family. They're within the range of about, I'd say 21 to 17 in per pound. They come from salt water and they are just delicious. The difference between shrimp and prawns is obviously shrimp are smaller and prawns are larger. The largest prawn style family is the langostino, and that is almost the size of half a lobster. So here it is, prawns in a lemon butter sauce. And today I am preparing what you would call prawns in a lemon butter sauce. What I'm using here is prawns, parsley, a lemon. This is elephant garlic, but you can use shallots or garlic, whichever you prefer, cream, and butter. This here is a prawn. As you can see inside, it's been deveined and sliced. We do this to remove all of the debris from the back part of the tail of the shrimp, and also to keep it clean and flavorful. You'll see the skin is on the shrimp. You have two choices with this. You can either keep the shrimp skin on and have an orange kind of tint to the shrimp, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is to remove the skin and have just the flesh showing. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take the skin off the prawn, as I indicated earlier. You're just going to peel the skin gently from the flesh, and you'll find it'll just break away from what they call the capsule of the tail. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is, as you can see, all the prawns have been peeled now. There's no skin on them. All of them are fresh and ready to go. This is what you would call tail-on butterflied shrimp. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the lemon in half like this. I have my lemon. This is my butter. This is my cream. I'm using elephant garlic here, but you can use shallots, regular garlic, whichever you prefer. I'm going to take my hand, hit it like that. That gets the peel right off the garlic. You see it falls right off. I'm going to cut this garlic into small pieces. So I'm just going to take this much right here because I really don't need that much more. I'm going to slice this in so, like so, and then again until it's chopped. I'm going to do the same thing with the parsley. It's going to be a rough chop. The best way to do this is just to grab the parsley real close like so, and then just keeping your fingers like this flush so that you don't cut your finger. Just go ahead. Okay, so after that, we've chopped the parsley into nice rough chop. This is what a rough chop looks like, okay? So we have our garlic diced, we have our parsley in a rough chop, we have our lemons segmented, we have our prawns peeled, and you may have noticed something appear on my board now, which is a shot glass of Chardonnay. I'm going to put a little white wine in. That's optional. You don't have to do it. But I know the cameraman likes the white wine. It's nice and hot. We're going to take the white wine first, put that in the pan. Garlic now, we'll put that in there, okay? Oh yeah. We're going to take the lemon segments, and you're going to see me squeeze the lemon in there, each one. And the amount I'm making here is roughly about 1/4 cup of sauce. So everything that you're seeing me do here, if you want to just double it, you'll increase it by 1/4 cup. So, okay, start getting that. And I'm going to keep pushing that lemon peel with my whisk every so often, just to kind of get the effervescence from the peel itself too, because most people think that you just put the lemon juice in, but the skin plays a big part in it as well. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of parsley and put that in there. We go ahead, take a couple grounds of pepper there, sea salt, but kosher salt's good too, just a pinch. Alright, so as I'm at my low heat, I'm going to continue to turn this and whisk this in until it gets somewhat of a syrupy form. You can see the parsley's just beginning to turn color now. And we're good. Push down those lemon peels into the sauce. Get as much of that lemon magnet as I can in there. Go ahead and add the cream. I'll put the cream in right now. There we go. I'm going to put the butter in there. And this is at room temperature. If it's not and it's cold and it's straight out, of the refrigerator, you should cut it in little cubes. But this is going to go great. I'm going to take this off the heat now, bring it over here, let the butter continue to melt in the sauce without heat. That's very important. You can get it started that way, but don't finish it. The butter adds that creamy texture to the sauce. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the sauce, and as you can see over here, I have a spatula, a strainer, and a little bowl. I'm going to put the strainer here, and I'm going to start to take the sauce and pour it over the strainer. But don't want to keep any of this in there, in the sauce. And you'll see why in a second, okay? Because what we want to be left with is just, don't ever forget to scrape the pan, because the best of the sauce is in there, okay? I pressed the lemons a little more just before I pulled it off the heat and get all that goodness in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the spatula and press all of the remnants of the sauce so I can get what's left. What I'm left with is a really amazing lemon sauce. So we're going to put this to one side now. We're going to start on the prawns. Here I'm using extra virgin olive oil. Very important to use this. Don't use anything else. If you don't have any olive oil, the very best next thing would be to use butter. And if you don't have butter, then after that, canola oil. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to use this olive oil in the pan. I'd like to use a regularly large saute pan so I can get plenty of space for the prawns. I'm going to go ahead and pour that oil on there. It's approximately 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. You'll see that oil start to melt on the pan. You're going to get a nice sizzle there in a second. Okay, I'm going to take the prawns right now. I'm going to go ahead and place them in the pan like this, as you can see, with the face side up like so, like that, in the pan. As they cook, you just want to make sure that you're keeping them nice and even. I'm going to go ahead and give a quick season to the prawns. Quick turn of the pepper mill. Then again, some of my sea salt. And just toss that in there. And as you can see, that's what the shrimp looks like. It's pretty nice, pretty dramatic. You can sit it on the plate like that if you want. We're not going to do that. We're just going to start tossing them around. Like I said before, this is really what you want to do here, is just toss the shrimp around. I like to make sure that the shrimp is completely cooked. I'm going to show you how you can do that. As you can see, the outside is white and the sides here are orange. But in the middle, you can see that that's an opaque color. That means it's not done. You don't want to have an opaque color in your shrimp. Shrimp look like they're just about done. I'm going to go ahead, take all this wonderful juice that's there, and place them to one side. Alright, so we've got the prawns ready to go. I'm going to take the sauce now, that wonderful clear sauce we had, and I'm going to use almost 3/4 of it with the shrimp right now. I'm going to save just a little of it there. Go ahead and start just sauteing the shrimp inside of it. You're going to see that this sauce is starting to get firmer. I'm going to add the remainder of that parsley we had. Very important when you add fresh herbs that you add them when you're finishing the dish. You don't want these herbs to cook in and change color. So now I'm going to take that away from the heat. It's picking up all those herbs, or a great sauce rather. And we're ready to plate it. Alright, now we're ready to plate up. I like to use bigger plates for the dish, so I'm going to put the shrimp in the middle here and make 4. You can do another deal like this where you take the shrimp, you can put them together like so. Okay? And I'll show you real quick what I'm talking about. You can take the shrimp and you can go like this. Boom. And boom. It looks really, really good. Like that. Okay? You can do it the other way, where you have them sitting up like this, but then you would have had to keep the shrimp straight so that they would have stayed straight like that. So you could do it like that. We'll leave it like that. Now the final touches here. I'm going to go ahead and clean that plate off. There we go. Okay. And as I said, you can have any different kinds of styles you want to make these beautiful shrimps look like. You can just pile them up like this, or you can do it the way I just showed you in the other one. And I'm going to go ahead and take the pan. We're going to deglaze the pan with some wine. Get the rest of that awesome sauce out of there. Beautiful. Get the wine up on that sauce. Look at how that wine just grabs everything. Awesome. You grab all that sauce off the plate, off the pan there from the wonderful shrimp. We're going to add the remaining sauce that we had left into there. Put that in there, get that nice and emulsified. You can see it's starting to boil. When you see that boiling, you don't want it there anymore. You're going to pull it away. We're going to go ahead and take that, put it in the bowl. Look at that. And then we're going to just go ahead, take that beautiful sauce, and we're just going to put that around the shrimp like that. And there you have it, folks. A wonderful, wonderful dish. Prawns in a lemon citrus butter sauce, using lemons, elephant garlic, and fresh parsley. Bon appetit.